Okay, so I'm gonna do a little introduce, just a minute. I just want to welcome all you guys to this first Buenos Aires IOTA Meetup, and I just want to introduce Sergei. The reason why we're doing this bit in English is because we are streaming this live, and I think this is going to be of value for a lot of people. So I just want to thank a lot Sergei for doing this for us. For those of you who don't know who Sergei is, I guess we all do, but just in case, Sergei is a Brazilian mathematician. He's one of the 4 IOTA founders, together with Sonstevo, Schiner, and Ivan, and he's the guy who built the white paper, the IOTA white paper. Just yesterday we got the news of a new IOTA release reference implementation with improvements in the algorithm in the direction of better tip selection. So I don't know, maybe we can talk about that. Sergei is gonna give us a little opening talk, and we will do some Q&A. He does not have a lot of time, so we won't be able to have it forever, but maybe 2 or 3 questions we will see. So that's all. Please, Sergei, do not address the football. Now, okay, we lost it. Now, I just was asking you kindly not to address the football match Argentina yesterday. Doing this for us. Go ahead. We are listening.
Okay. So thank you guys for inviting me, and I have to confess I did not prepare any speech, any discourse, but well, okay, let me just maybe describe a little bit the history, my history, IOTA's history. So I indeed live in Brazil, but I'm from Moscow, from Russia, and I defended my PhD thesis in Moscow in mathematics, probability theory, and shortly after that I went to Brazil. This was more than 20 years ago already, by now. And some 4 years ago, 3.5, I started to be interested in cryptocurrencies. And well, it's, you know that this is really something really interesting. I was always fascinated by cryptography, this public key cryptography stuff. This is very beautiful, I think. Well, anyway, so I started to hang around on that Bitcoin Talk.org forum. And well, I got interested in a cryptocurrency called NXT, and well, unfortunately, I was a bit too late for the ICO of NXT by some 2 weeks or 3 weeks maybe, but still I liked the idea. Started to read the forum, to talk to people, and then well, you know, the blockchains have a lot to do with the so-called Poisson process, Poisson point process. This is a mathematical object, but well, it's using this object, you can kind of model the process of block creations in blockchains. And since I'm a mathematician working in this field of stochastic processes, well, I know a lot about Poisson processes. This is something which I know well. So I did some calculations for NXT and published them on the forum, and people say, wow, it looks great, we can't understand anything, but it looks great. Please write more of that. Well, that was fun. I mean, it was a kind of hobby for me at that time, but that was quite fun. Well, then in the beginning of 2015, the creator of NXT, Serguei Popov, well, at that time he was kind of hiding his real identity. I mean, he used to say that no, it was not him who invented NXT, it was some mysterious guy with unknown identity, but well, now fortunately we know the truth. So well, in the beginning of 2015, he and David Zonstebe invited me to work on a new project, which had some other names at that time. I don't remember which. Do you hear me well, by the way?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. So, well, the idea was to make a crypto system which would not have transaction fees. So it would be suitable for the Internet of Things. And well, so I started to think about it. We discussed quite a lot with Sergei during especially the first half of 2015. And so, well, now you see the result. So, I guess you all know how does IOTA work, but let me just mention that the idea is that if you do not want to have transaction fees, you cannot have miners in the network, in the sense that, I mean, you cannot have a dichotomy between miners and, let's say, simple users. Because, well, if there are miners, this means that they have some resources which others don't have, which makes them eligible for mining. And if they invested into obtaining these resources, they want to be rewarded for this. And, well, this implies transaction fees and such. So it was more or less clear from the beginning that our system should be, how do I say, should be a collaborative one, in the sense that everybody helps everybody. So if you want to be helped by the others, if you want the others to confirm your transaction, you must help the others as well. So help the others, and the others will help you. So well, but okay, it's a simple idea, but of course it was not easy to find a way that basically to forbid, to discourage, let me say, free riding. I mean, if someone only wants to use the system but does not want to help the system, how do we design it in such a way that in this case, if someone does this, the system will not help you. But well, that's about this tip selection stuff. And by the way, you may have seen the nice effect of the new tip selection algorithm, which went live, I think yesterday. Yeah. So if you want me to explain a little bit, so the change. So what is there now is essentially the tip selection algorithm of the white paper, and it was not there before because basically the calculation of cumulative weights is a rather computationally expensive part. So we only when we figured out how to do it efficiently, and then of course there was a lot of testing, and now it's finally there. And what was there before was something else. So the tip selection was done by random walks as well, but instead of cumulative weights, there was some other definition of weight was in place. It was not as good as the one that we have now, but on the other hand, it was computationally simpler to calculate it. But anyway, now we are, I think. Well, so what we have now is essentially the white paper.
So we are at the white paper level now.
Yes, but I have to say that there still will be improvements with respect to the white paper, because you know it's essentially impossible to design the system just from scratch before even testing it in the real world. Let me maybe explain you. IOTA was designed for the Internet of Things, and in the Internet of Things, well, in fact, nobody really knows how the Internet of Things will look like. But what one imagines is that it's not like the Internet of today. There will be devices connected to some what we call mesh network, and it's not easy for someone to attack such a network, because you cannot be present in all the places at once. You know, it would be difficult for you to connect directly to my fridge, for example. Now, to make IOTA work well without the coordinator, well, I hope this will happen soon, but we're kind of finalizing the details now. I'm not allowed to describe everything right now, but it's very advanced. It's very well advanced work. So to make IOTA work over the internet, you have somehow to mimic replicate some of the conditions which would be present in this hypothetical Internet of Things. So, okay, you have to basically, if you imagine that, okay, imagine a network of people which are in that room. Okay, so each one has a node, and you start exchanging messages, transactions, or something. Now, if some neighbor of yours starts behaving in a bad way, well, what do you do with someone who doesn't behave well? Well, then you just cut your relationship with him, right? So eventually, if it's behaving bad, he will end up talking to himself. So, well, we are in the process of finalizing some details about how to replicate these conditions, and also there will be some other changes in the design, which we are also finalizing right now. So I hope you will like the result. I have to confess that I'm really a mathematician, which means that I'm not an engineer. So I don't really know much about the practical side of this. So of course, well, I imagine the general idea how it would work, but the real state of the thing now, essentially, I can't say much. That there are some big, do you think? So I know that there are some big conferences, for example, in São Paulo. I think there will be one where my student will go and make a presentation about IOTA. So things are happening, but I have to confess that I'm a pretty guy, not some basic ideas. I did wrote. I wrote that 3 pages or 4 pages note how it should work. Well, so basically, the idea is that each transaction has a timestamp, well, attached to it. In fact, not only a timestamp, but also some precision bounds from below and from above. And you assume that most of the nodes of the network are honest. Such an environment, you can be reasonably well. In such an environment, you can assume that most of transactions have a reasonably correct timestamps, and then in that note, I describe an algorithm which permits to define lower and upper limits for the timestamp of a transaction, even in the case when this timestamp was forged. But so that note that I wrote is only one approach of several possible. and we have also some ongoing work with some German PhD students about other approaches to this. So, summarizing, we have a basic solution which would work reasonably well, and we have also other solutions which are not completely ready, but hopefully that they will be ready soon and to improve. They will possibly improve this method described in that short note that I wrote. I have to confess another thing to you. I'm not really into the cubic. I mean, I talk with those who work on it from time to time, but I'm not really inside so these guys are working hard now, and only from time to time I get some information from conversations with them. But essentially, yes, the timestamps are for Cubic to work. Initially, as far as we see, initially the solution which is in that short note that I wrote seems to be enough. And it's let me call it iterative development. We don't have all the solutions ready from the beginning. It's simply impossible. So we have now some clear roadmap of what should be done. We are doing this, and then probably there will be some problems, but we will overcome these problems. But essentially, yes, the timestamp solution that we have now seems to be suitable for what is being developed there by the people which are working on the cubic.
Okay, Sergei, that's all. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. So